I need to see something melt or blow.
Green.
It's not because it's haunted.
It's also haunted.
Up immediately.
How about both?
You make a compelling argument.
A random drawing for silt into the ice. That wouldn't be the coolest reaction, but it would still be fairly neat. It's hold our cup in. All right, let's go.
Oh!
Also possible that there will be some steam, but not the explosion. Gonna set this on top of our block of ice.
Still so hot.
The Modern Rogue, they update new videos every Friday. It's a ton of fun. Hey guys, test. I said that there were 3. Just tore through that block of ice. Really good nest down in the ice where the copper can settle.
And do we? Yeah! Let's go. Oh! Ding, ding, ding!
Full of these little micro cracks. Massive amount of steam that we saw before, and it could launch our molten copper up out of the top of the block.
Main, even after.
Guys, ground jumping back in for. I think that's good. The tunnel that we drilled.
Here we go. Oh, what a great thunderous sound!
Don't have to aim quite so precisely. It melts at a lower temperature.
Just that fast.
Really quickly.
This is really gonna be it, right?
Yes, we've got our foundry, we've got propane, we've got a bunch of copper ingots, and I'm out of here and drilled its way all the way through.
It's interesting, the little.
No, melting its way through.
What a surprising result.
Check out Brian's channel.
Nice.
Brian, our block of ice didn't explode, and I actually have a little bit of.
For just a second to remind you, we're giving away a Nintendo Switch and Mario Kart 8. There's a link down in the description.
Wow!
And this block of ice.
Nice.
Oh yeah, interesting to test. And
It's snow!
3, 2, 1.
Oh, that looks awesome!
That is a weekly. And while we do that, we can get a hole drilled in our ice and get it set up under our pouring device.
Look at that.
There it goes.
That's amazing.
It's tunneling!
Oh, that's amazing!
Than copper. Copper melts at almost 2,000 degrees.
Oh, I think we just cast something.
There is
gorgeous.
fire melting down sort of one of them, but even with the high heat, some of the copper starts oxidizing. Oxidizing copper has a tendency to turn.
Awesome. We can't start fast enough.
One where I said we would cast copper through that block of ice.
That is amazing.
After we have the tunnel carved into it, we'll wipe
And just start to harden in a way. I'm just gonna drop some copper pipes down ice. It's
just
just
down at the bottom.
We made art.
Oh, but pretty sure that copper is not pour the copper in at this point.
Are you sure?
Very Fahrenheit. So
2/3 to almost 3
Of his head, and we're gonna fire projectiles point blank at it. It is going to be amazing.
cool as
It
heck.
looks amazing.
well, it's open.
Everything.
4 feet high.
Smell a follow-up. I smell a follow-up.
Would be a very good thing to do. We are going to follow up our aluminum in clear ice. Not exploding.
Did he have the fun experience of getting his
of it
Yeah, you can see.
through the ice. We want to make sure there's like a really something like that, and I don't really know what they are.
May cool down. Look at this. Come see on the bottom in there.
Oh, that's wild. Oh, that was scary. Is that leaking out the bottom?
Nope.
Okay.
That is nuts. Oh, it's still encased in a block of ice.
It's very close.
This rock is gonna work as a wedge.
Other things that may occur. We might just cast copper inside. Today we
Get back and get the cash instead.
Flames coming out the top. They have a greenish hue to them.
Yeah, so the cup we're melting this in.
It tunneled through that block of.
Just gonna get those going in the foundry. It'll probably take 30-ish minutes for those to get nice and melted.
These are tubes or
Pourable copper liquid, which at that point is gonna be glowing beautifully.
I did not expect
3 possibilities that I could think of. This is so your little copper.
that it fell down and it went sideways and just plopped right out.
3/4 of the way down.
Oh, that hurts in my hand. That was awesome. Oh, look out.
In the ice. It's not.
I can't believe what a reservoir of heat it
It down. We want a nice thin.
Amazing.
I bet he's really happy that you're using an analog of his head.
Amazing.
Wait, did you see how fast it traveled? What it looked.
All right.
Ice.
Traveled through the block.
Oh. That looked awesome.
Well, it still does look awesome, but it's not happen. It's time to find out what.
All right, so where did we begin? We got to melt down some copper ice. Man, there are no wrong answers in science.
Something cool is gonna happen.
Man, what should we do with it?
Good question.
Go golfing?
Ah, yeah.
3, 2, 1. Straight through.
Jeez, that just destroyed that block. Not in the same way we were expecting, but 3, 2, 1. And this clear ice I have actually comes in a block about 3 to 4.
Oh,
Great.
Texas, I'm easily amused. Impressive. Oh, that looks amazing.
That is pretty. That was great. Definitely feel a shock up to about your elbows.
Okay, there, that makes sense.
Yep.
Space copy.
Very cool. Guys, go check
This is art.
Brian, what do you
Of
got?
my co-host Jason Murphy's face, we're making a ballistics gel version.
And not his real head.
I mean, there's a reason I insist wrong answers in science, but now I have a better question. All I want to know is how hints of what was happening as it was bubbling and cooling as it went through.
Experiment and see what happens.
Right now, you can click and get your name on the list. We're doing an
Ingot.
It's a wicked copper worm.
I'm getting the top just so we're rather than molten aluminum.
So what's the difference with copper versus aluminum?
So aluminum, I think we're probably safe to go in.
So how deep do we want to go in here?
We want to go. So Brian, the result you were expecting?
I mean, there's no
Pouring the boiling water out.
That's extraordinary.
Copper before, and as it gets hit with really what it did, it cast the copper, and then it just decided, nah, that would be guys working on over on the Modern Rogue.
Dude, we just made a perfect copy. That felt good.
That hot anymore. Wow, look at this.
That poured.
which, when I picked it up, it was completely clear, is now
Heavy copper. Stay close to the ground. Hopefully I can carry this with these tongs.
You can see what we cast in the
Hey guys, we are here at the Dome with Brian Brushwood from the YouTube channel. If we do the same thing using molten copper.
There to be so much of a heat reservoir.
Yeah, it's still.
Look at it. Far down would it tunnel through just a stack of ice? I mean, all the way down?
Modern Rogue.
Hey man, this is the King of Random channel, which means...
Very heat conductive.
Yeah, dude.
The heat goes from the liquid into the solid copper and has been used for melting.
You want it to be wide at the top or thin all the way down?
We'll go thin all the way down and then
That aluminum didn't. If that does happen, there are a couple of
I prefer part of the ground is made of sawdust.
Ah, got it.
extra.
Steam.
Now it's melted all the way down through the bottom and it's
Better able to subscriber appreciation, and we're also sending you the gift receipt because if you don't want the Nintendo, you can take it.
So the ding ding.
that was very
That was
satisfying.
fantastic. Wow. Look at how this looks gorgeous.
Hey there, if you ever get bored of watching people sat in silence, maybe you should come and check out the We Know Nothing podcast where we talk too much. If you want to listen to two drunk best friends talking about current events, opinions and embarrassing stories, be sure to check us out.